Alrighty, folks, 2025 will be over in a heartbeat, and 2026 will be here in a second. So I thought what we should do is talk to Cody about what the heck happened in 25 and what's he got planned for 2026. Cody, man, how you doing?
Good to see you again, and excited for another new year. I'm about to be 26 years old in a couple weeks, so I matched the year. It's easy to remember.
There you go. So you were actually born in 99?
I was born December 24th of 99. I made it
just before Christmas. All right.
Yeah, so I am a 90s baby.
Just barely. But yes, you are a 90s baby. Well, why don't we just first off talk about what, give us kind of a summary of what you did in 2025, and I'll do the same. But what was 2025 for Cody before we talk about what you got planned for 26?
2025 was a year of a lot of pain. I got rid of future problems by addressing it in the now, and I spent the majority of the year buying out partners. So I went from last year, I had about 200, almost 250 rentals, to this year having 130, of which I own 83 without partners. So it was a lot of work. It was a lot of figuring out how to afford it, asking that question, how could I do this?
Yeah.
And now I did it. So hopefully the year of eating big pills that I didn't really want to swallow, and now that that's done, I get to move forward and start off with a fresh, clean slate of properties I own that cash flow. Only one alligator. We talked about that one in the past, and that was to clean up a past mistake. But onwards and upwards. What did you accomplish this year? Or what didn't you accomplish?
Yeah. So 2025 for me was really a year of, trying to figure out where I want to go, right? I'm kind of on the opposite side of this than you are, right? I've built the big foundation. I've been out of work now for almost 8 years, right? So cash flow is paying our bills. 2025 for me was a lot about my health. Because again, that's where I don't, right or wrong, my broken personality allows me to focus on one thing. And I'm not a balanced individual, right? For example, we're recording this at almost 11 a.m. on a Monday. And, I've already done, let me see. So for example, one of the big things is walking, right? For me this year. So just for example, today already, I've done 10,000 steps already, right? It's only 11 a.m. I've done 10,100 steps because I get up early, right? Because it's important to me to get done. I want to get 10,000 steps done, ideally before 9 a.m. And then whatever else I get done for the day is what I do. So I spend a lot of time getting healthy, and it's worked. I've lost 40 pounds of fat, added 12 or 13 pounds of muscle. I went from 34 size pants to 30 comfortably. I went from an extra large shirt to a medium. It's all my health markers are better, and I feel better. So that was my big focus. On the portfolio front, we've had some challenges this year. We had to replace a big roof. We had to replace electric panel. Mm-hmm. I've had a couple of fires. Those are always fun. Insurance claims this year. So 2025 was just a year of kind of nothing, right? I definitely, at the end of the year, I started looking at new home construction because in Las Vegas, there's some deals to be had there. I didn't pull the trigger. I got really close on a three unit deal with Lennar, but I couldn't get the final 2 points. They only wanted to go 19% off, and I wanted 21, so we couldn't agree. And it was okay. In hindsight, I probably should have done the deal at 19%. I was just being greedy, but I didn't need to do the deal, so I didn't do the deal. However, as I end the year, I'm getting ready to get a lot more active, right? I've been talking for a while now about the multifamily game blowing up, and I'm starting to see signs in my market that there's pain coming. It's just like what happened in 2010. There's more and more buildings being listed by owners at stupid prices, and I know they're in trouble. I mean, there's actually a building that I owned that I sold for $1 million. I sold it in 2018
Mm-hmm.
It's now on the market for 2.6. Now, the person who bought it probably put $500,000 into it, but the area didn't change. In fact, the area is worse, right? Rents may have gone up 2 years ago, but rents are down. Vacancies are up, move-in specials. What does that tell me? Well, this person's going to lose that building. I know it, right? It's going to come, right? So what I'm doing now is I'm actually working with a lender to do some cash out refis, right? I already have a decent war chest, but I'm going in and I'm taking some assets that we own free and clear and taking them up either to 50 or 60% LTV, whatever gives me the best rate. My lender's telling me 60 is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're going to go get some dough so that we are in a position where we could write very aggressive offers next year. It may be probably the second half of next year, but as we get into next year, I'm still accumulating dry powder. So I'm excited about that. I likely will buy a new construction in Vegas in 2026, simply because I want to plant my flag there. Also want to take care of the big, beautiful bill, the tax write-offs, right? The bonus depreciation. Basically, I go buy a 300K house. I'll be able to bonus depreciate about 75 grand of that, which is the down payment, right? It's just a savings. So there's just a lot more real estate I think I'm going to get done in 26 versus 25. And I'm excited about that.
Well, you got financial goals, but there's also personal goals. And you mentioned it's a dead year, but getting your health in check now, I've seen it with family members. It's so much easier to get it done now than wait until you're 70, 75. You just can't get it back. So
yeah, I agree.
You bit the bullet now at the expense of potentially doing some deals, but the deals don't really matter, because if you did a whole bunch of deals this year and then the following and the following, 5-10 years from now, you'd trade all those deals you did.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm glad you say that. You're, again, wise beyond your years. It only gets harder from here, right? I'm over 50. I'm 53, almost 54. And, it was hard, right? And I could not imagine doing this at 60, right? And you're absolutely right. It was important to get done. It's important to stay here, right? Can't lose it now that I've got it. But hopefully, I'm playing to live, not only live a longer time, but live a good life longer, right? I think quality of life is important. I've done a lot of trips and a lot of vacations with a lot of rich people, and unfortunately, their bodies don't allow them to get off the boat, don't allow them to get off the cruise, or if they do get off, they're in a wheelchair. And that's just no fun to me. I want to push that off as long as possible. So that's what 2025 was for me. And it was the one thing I would ask you to think about, and it's been life-changing for me. I've only done it twice, and I'll do it again I'll do it every year going forward, is I think you should tackle one hard challenge every year. Like something you wouldn't normally do, something that's not easy, something that stretches you. So for context, if you don't know, in 2024, I ran a marathon. I had talked about running a marathon since I was 30 years old and never did it. I did it at 52. This year, I went into the year at almost 35% body fat. I'm now somewhere around 12, right? My goal is sub 10. Don't know if I'll get there. Doesn't matter. It was a hard goal. We'll see how close I get. I would tell you to sit back and put out a crazy goal like that, a big challenge, Cody. I will never forget the year I ran the marathon. I'll never forget the year I got healthy because of these big, big challenges.
You're setting yourself up to live, not just exist.
Yes.
That's probably the most important thing. Given your position, that's the most important thing you could do right now, because you got the money in check, and you got the community growing. So I'm really happy for you.
Yeah. Talk about community. That was a surprise. Again, there's a lot of people like Jason Pritchard, Adrian Hernandez, maybe even yourself in this group, that to me, it feels like you guys can see the future, right? You're entrepreneurs, and you can have an idea and you could see where this is going. I don't have that for whatever reason. It's a mental block. And I could have never imagined our school community being over. I mean, my big goal was 100. I mean, that's how big my mind was. Now it's 500. Maybe in 2026 we get to 1,000. But yeah, the community is amazing. It's I'm so glad I pivoted when I did after Facebook pissed me off.
And how many people were in the group at January 1, 2025?
Oh, less than 100. I think I just
Okay.
started. It's like 60, probably 65.
So you went up like 8x,
Yep.
and you went up 8x, and now you only have to double to get to the next
Yeah.
goal. Isn't that nice?
I see how your math works. Yes, that's true though. That is true. Yeah.
That's sweet. Well, I have some other goals. I coach gymnastics 3 times a week to help me stay in shape. It's like
Nice.
preventative maintenance rather than playing
What's
catch
what's
up.
your favorite apparatus?
I like parallel bars.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I've been doing parallel bars for a while, so I really like it. And rings are fun, but I can't do a lot of the mobility stuff. My mobility is pretty capped from past injuries, so I do a lot of the static holds. And so maybe this year I got to get to iron cross level. I don't know. That would be a hard challenge. I can do
There
some
you
of the
go.
other stuff, but I can't.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to do that yet.
The iron cross is where you're out like this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of shoulder and chest and back, I guess.
It's a lot. My buddies, I have some friends who can do it, and they have got the training apparatus for it. So they hook you up, and it's a bungee system, and it reduces your weight. So I just got to do it though. You got to do it to do it. Got to do the work.
Yeah, you got to put. I mean, that's the big thing. The other thing that's really interesting about 2026 is I learned that getting wealthy and getting healthy are essentially the same thing. It's daily decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you get wealthy? Daily decisions. You know how you get healthy? Daily decisions. Are you going to do the workout? Are you going to get up at 5 a.m. and walk 10,000 steps? Are you going to not eat that piece of cake? Are you not going to have that alcoholic drink? It's daily decisions. Are you not going to buy those Nikes or that new car or whatever? And, maybe it's obvious to other people, but I see getting wealthy and getting healthy as the same thing. The only thing that's different is you can get healthy in 6 months. 6 months of focus and discipline is you could change your body almost seemingly overnight, just with 6 months of good decisions and good execution. Getting wealthy, unfortunately, I mean, that's a minimum of 5 years and probably more like 10 years. Yeah. So I would just tell people, again, if you're watching this and you got a little pudge around the stomach or, whatever, let's get healthy. Come on, let's get healthy in 2026.
Yeah, that was a goal for me last year in 2024 because I was a little chub monster. And yeah, but daily disciplines, getting your steps, 10,000 steps a day will do it. I don't do that as much now. Now I do more spin bike. That's been my thing.
Okay.
And I really enjoy it. But moving into 2026, one of my goals is to have a proper reserve. So Ashley and I talked about that. We want to put $250,000 aside.
Nice.
It'll probably be in a money market account.
Sure.
But
high yield, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. But having it, I've never had it. I always do the next logical step. That's something I've talked about in the past. And the next logical step seems like doing what I should have done in the first place, which was having proper reserves. So that's what we want to do. And we're building it. We're getting it up. This year we paid off the cars. And so we're paying the stupid tax. So now that that's basically out of the way, focused on, okay, let's get our reserves up. Let's get it past the 100 we've been coasting at. Let's get to 200, then get to 250, and then.
So let's talk about how you're going to do that, right? When you have targets like that, there's really 2 ways that you can do it. One is, and we talked about it in video number 1 today, I believe, is if mortgage rates fall from 6.5 to 5.5, that's an easy get, right? Go do one cash out refi in a big building, and you got the number. The other thing you could do, and I think you're doing this as well, which is cool because you're doing both strategies, is you find a way to get chunk money, right? You find a flip or 2 or 4, and you just execute those as a side strategy. So you're doing both things, I assume.
That I am. So I have 2 flips going on. The most recent one I bought, it was for $355. It was from a friend, 0 down. It was 100% seller finance. So I just had to pay
Wow.
closing costs. It was 0% interest,
Oh, geez.
and it was no payments for 6 months.
Oh, wow.
So the best hard money I could ever get. Now, am
Yeah,
I going
no
to make a
kidding.
bunch of money on the deal? No, but I helped this friend out. It was with a family member, and they were trying to get everything squared away before passing a family member. And they all decided this is the best thing they can do is put it to a note so that gets passed on to the kids. And it's like, okay, I could do that. And they want to reinvest that money into more deals later. So there may be a lending opportunity at a decent rate. So we'll see. That could be part of the cash out refi strategy later once I sell that deal and pay them off.
Right. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, again, I think having, the big goal for you next year might be 250K reserve. And you just think about all the things you could do all year to get there. I mean, and I think it's Jessley Itzler that had this Masogi or whatever they call it, the Japanese word for it. But it's changed my life having that big hairy goal, that takes you a long time to work towards, right? Having a crazy goal that you can complete by February, that's not a big goal, right? The marathon I ran in November, right? I trained 10 and a half months to run that one race. This health goal, it's been a daily thing all year, and I've got, 21 days or 23 days left to finish. So it's, I think a goal like that would be fun.
I think so. And once I've done that, the reason that we have that goal is between the cash flows and the equities that we have with the $250,000 reserve, it would take something pretty dramatic to take us out.
Yeah.
And I've been working on right sizing, but there's something to be said about having less stuff with a little bit more cash flow, and then having less stuff with a little more cash flow and having more than enough money to throw at any problem. Because if I have a sewer line that goes out and I have to blow 50 grand on it, it's like, oh, well, 20% of my money's gone, but I still cash flow and I have $200,000 in the account.
Yeah. And you've proven you could build it back up.
Right. So that's why we're pushing so hard, and not having any consumer debt to start the year is
strong.
It's nice because I know a lot of people that have consumer debt and are struggling with that. And I struggle with it for years. I mean, my car overpaid because I bought it new and it dropped like a rock. And I know you have your story with that too, but
oh yeah,
I'm finally at the other end of that story. So I get to relate to you on that front, and getting to the end is really freaking nice.
I like it. Well, again, 2025 was a year of growth, a year of maturity. You also got married. We shouldn't forget that. You're now a married man in 2025. Never forget that. It's a big year. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going to both be there at the event in Vegas, so that'll be fun.
Yes, absolutely. Well, where can people find you?
Cody Davis Business Adventures every Tuesday and Thursday. There's a video that goes live. My most recent was what would happen if I never did a cash out refi. That was one of my more popular topics. So
there you go. Awesome. Thank you, buddy. Have a great day.
Thanks.